blog is called The Top 10 Things You Should Never Say to Someone with Multiple Sclerosis. For the most part, we are all pretty nice people who want to be kind to each other. But when you have just been told you have a chronic, debilitating, life-altering illness, you are likely not feeling so great. So when someone wants to talk to you about your diagnosis, you will likely appreciate their sympathetic comments. And they mean well, they really do. I have been on both sides of this conversation. I was the sympathetic person wanting to offer brilliant comments of hope, comfort, and advice to my newly diagnosed sister Laurie. And then 8 years later, newly diagnosed myself, was on the receiving end of the well-intentioned comments of hope, comfort, and advice. So I know how those comments can often make the MSer want to scream. And if you have been recently diagnosed, you have the right to scream. But to keep from screaming at people who really do want to help, I have come up with advice to the well-meaning. Yvonne D'Souza's top 10 list of things you should never say to someone with MS. But if well-wishers are reading and disregarding my list, they should be prepared that MSers they are talking to might just start screaming. If they don't scream, but have lost all semblance of worrying about the feelings of others, here is also my top 10 list of what MSers might just blurt out in reply. So if someone says to you, number 10,
"Are you sure it's not just all in your head?"
an MSer might likely reply,
Of course it's all in my head and a bit in my C-spine too. Sit down, let me show you my MRI.
if someone says number 9,
"That's not MS, that's old age."
an MSer could say,
So for some strange reason, I have aged 30 years and 5 seconds. I feel so much better now.
the number 8 thing you should never say to someone with MS.
"You should look into this," or "You should look into that."
If you do, an MSer might say,
Thing is, I'm a little overwhelmed right now, and that is about the 10th suggestion I've received in the last half hour on things to look into that might or might not be helpful. How about you look into it and get back to me, okay?
the number 7 thing you should never say.
"Oh, that's nothing. I get that all the time."
An MS response might be,
Really? Nothing? Damn, I've been shooting myself up with drugs made from Chinese hamster ovary cells just for the fun of it. Think I'm making that up? Get a magnifying glass and look through it at a box of Rebif injections.
the number 6 thing you should never say is really frustrating.
"You're tired. I'm really tired."
An exhausted MSer might just have to say,
Tired, huh? Last night I started sobbing at the idea of brushing my teeth as my arm was too exhausted to lift the tube of toothpaste. Are you that tired?
number 5 is incredibly unhelpful.
"You could die from this, you know."
Damn it, I thought this meant I was going to live forever. Jeez.
And then there is number 4.
"But you don't look sick to me."
That's great news. Could you call my doctor and let him know? Maybe he got it all wrong.
The number 3 thing you should not say to someone with MS is,
"You can't just blame MS for everything."
You can, huh? Watch me.
the number 2 thing you should never say to someone with MS is kind of fun.
"Isn't that what Michael J. Fox has?"
No, this is what Montel Williams has. You know the disease where he wrote that book and said it was okay to smoke pot? You got it?
And the number 1 thing you should never ever say to someone with MS is,
"How do you get one of those handicap parking thingies anyway?"
You've got to go see my buddy Vinny down at the RMV. He hands them out for $50 in a subscription to the Beer of the Month Club. Here, let me give you his number.
Please don't think us MSers are ungrateful. We really do appreciate the support, and talking about MS is better than not talking about it. If, after reading the above, you're at a loss of what to say to someone with MS, then please note the following. This is one occasion where it is perfectly politically correct to use profanity. Here is a no-fail example of something that is perfectly appropriate to say to someone with MS.
I'm so sorry to hear that. That bleep bleep sucks.